Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Harvey and this is Juxtaposed. What's Juxtaposed, you may ask? A show which is not afraid to present the serious next to the silly, the important next to the idiotic, and the hard-hitting next to the happy-slapping. With that in mind, on today's Juxtaposed Jumble of Jamble, we have the following things coming up. We talk to Mo on the subject of AI in our Hot Topic segment. Joining us in the studio will be the egotistical maniac Ernie Grimes, the explorer of the weird and wonderful Intasar, and our resident film reviewers Jaden and Kian will be looking at the latest cinema releases. But before all of that, it's time to take a look at what's going on this little planet of ours in our 90-second news roundup. We're back. First up, we've got some trouble at McDonald's. Izzy, who is 18 and works at McDonald's, says she is still witnessing disgusting behaviour months after the BBC revealed sexual abuse claims at the fast food chain. She's one of more than 160 people who have approached the BBC with allegations after their investigations. They include claims of sexual assault, harassment, racism and bullying. We do hope the abuse Izzy is facing will end soon. Next up, we've got a loan shark to chase. Single mum of two who struggles to make ends meet turns to a family friend. She said she completely trusted him, but turns out he was a loan shark. She borrowed £3,000 and paid £5,000 back. He was lending to about 100 people and has since been jailed. We're glad a man with his scum and villainy is now locked up behind bars. Moving up, and I mean literally, to outer space, a robotic capsule to carry cargo from the International Space Station under a competition run by the European Space Agency. It's anticipated the vehicle will make its voyage in 2028. The initiative marks a big shift in the way ESA has traditionally run its projects, and we're excited for when this happens. We're almost finished with 2023, so only time will tell. For our next news segment, get your ocarinas ready as Nintendo and Sony Pictures are making a live-action film of the beloved video game series The Legend of Zelda. According to series creator Shigeru Miyamoto, the film's been in the works for several years now. Director of the Maze Runner trilogy, Wes Ball, will be taking directive charge of the project. We have no idea when the film will release, but we hope to hear more news sometime soon. Now for our last news segment, we have Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO in the Star Wars movies. And he said it feels like it's time to sell the costumes, props and scripts he kept from the iconic films. The famous gold helmet he wore for his character in the first film in 1977 is estimated to sell for up to £1 million. Daniels said he's excited for his collection to find a good home. That wraps up our news. Now let's move on to the weekly film segment. This week on Millimeter Movies, Jaden and Kian will be taking us through their thoughts on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie by Blumhouse. Let's see what they have to say this week.
Hello, I'm Jaden, and I'm a long-time Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
I'm Kian, and I'm a horror film enthusiast.
Welcome to our review of Five Nights at Freddy's. I think to start off, the practical effects of the movie are incredible.
In the film, they opted to actually create the animatronics, and it's amazing what they created.
To see these animatronics be replicated so perfectly and come to the big screen is an incredible feeling as a moviegoer and a big fan of the games.
The amount of effort they put into the animatronics, I originally thought they were CGI, but then it was only after coming out of the movie I saw YouTubers, or a video of YouTubers actually interacting with Freddy and friends.
The amount of detail put into some of the background or the more missable scenes is actually quite outstanding. There are so many references to early FNAF theories or characters that only true fans of the franchise will get.
As much as they may have those Easter eggs, they aren't integral to a plot. I was able to come into the movie as an outsider and still enjoy the movie.
It's good that the movie was approachable for newcomers to Five Nights at Freddy's. But as a FNAF fan, that approachability becomes one of my main problems with this film. The film is very cut and dry. If you know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, you'll know how complicated the lore is. Countless hours of theorising and thoughts have been put into the games and the books. But for this film, it doesn't really feel like it has any secrets or importance. The film goes over the story of the first game. 5 kids that went missing at Pike. That's it. It's incredibly simple, which is not a word I should be using when talking about modern day FNAF.
Despite all of this, the film is still a lot of fun.
As a FNAF fan, I really do wish there was more to this film, but that doesn't make it inherently bad at all. I had a ball watching it, and it's great to see FNAF finally on the big screen.
Removing the legacy of Five Nights at Freddy's from this film, you have a standard and harmless horror film.
I wish we could have heard the Toreador March though.
Can we get someone to go check if they're alright? I didn't like the sound of that music. Next week, if they're alive and well, Jaden and Kean will talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's time now for our first guest and our hot topic. This week, we'll be talking about AI. Welcome back. Today we dive into the world of AI, or artificial intelligence, where we'll be discussing the biggest debated questions of this topic. Is AI the future that will replace the human mind? Can AI truly emulate the complexities of human emotions and creativity? In the pursuit of perfecting AI, are we sacrificing essential human qualities? And are there certain things where AI should not be allowed to replace human decision making?
AI are machines that are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence, using advanced algorithms and mathematics in order for them to complete tasks as a human would. Artificial intelligence is used in many aspects of our daily lives, many of which you may not have even noticed. Social media uses AI to perfectly construct an algorithm of videos that you personally would like to see. All of your adverts on your device are tailored to you, using data collected about you by AI. Security cameras around the streets and on the roads use artificial intelligence to recognize your face and number plate as you got about your life. These are only a few examples of how AI is used in the world around us. One of the biggest questions surrounding AI is if it is good or bad. Is artificial intelligence inherently dangerous? Or is it the people using it that make that decision? Now, there isn't a mad scientist threatening us with his evil robot army, but it's the fact that everyone has access to AI. Nowadays it can tend to worry some people. One of the most current worries people having in regard to artificial intelligence is AI taking people's jobs, where people take time and effort to undertake certain tasks. I can do the same thing much quicker and reduces human error, making it in some cases a very good option for the companies in charge. But this can be very bad for the people in the industries that this poses a threat to, as they can lose their jobs.
To help us understand this intriguing and rather controversial debate, we'll now welcome our guest. Hello, Mo. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Yeah, it's lovely to be here. I'm Mo. I'm the Games Development Lecturer at New City College, Ardleigh Green, and yeah, we do lots of things, games, technical, and obviously AI is one of those things that is mentioned a lot. I would say that a lot of people get really worried about AI, and we've never not been worried about things like this, because whenever something new comes along, it has the power to radically change the world, and that's what people fear. Yes, there will be jobs lost. Yes, there will be people using it to do things that are very, very bad and obviously not good. But at the same time, it is just a very powerful piece of software, and perhaps that's the best way we should think of it at this stage. It can automate tasks and do rather tedious things sometimes incredibly quickly, and even tasks that require a lot of thought now can be done really well with AI.
Yeah, so what are some ways that AI has been implemented in your daily life?
Because I feel it's still in its infancy and it's still evolving, I've kind of just had to play around with it and a dabble with it. I have found that it can produce lines of code which are sometimes usable and sometimes not usable, but there's a bit of refinement still needed. I've seen its potential for creating imagery and sound and media and things like this. And whilst impressive, they're always based off of other people's ideas. So
I think we've got a chart right here, and it actually shows the growth of AI in recent years. So as you can see, it's grown exponentially from 2016 up until now. So seeing this graph, does it excite you for the future? Are you scared for the future?
I think I'm excited. I'm not so scared, to be honest, because as I said, I see this as the natural evolution for software. It's just a more advanced, far more precise way of doing things. And it can be used, as I said, to copy and to do things in a way that is illicit, but it shouldn't be used for that, and no doubt it will be regulated with laws and things.
I think there are definitely positives and negatives. I guess only time will tell, but thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure, thank you.
So yeah, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers.
It's time to take a break now. Coming up after these short messages, we'll be introducing Intisar and his world of the weird and wonderful. And of course, the legend, there's Ernie Grimes. Ernie and I went to find out what's happening on the streets of Camden. Let's dive into Ernie's field trip.
What's your thoughts on the 2008?
You can ask me after the song, maybe.
Hi, I'm Ernie Grimes, and we're here in Camden Town. We're going to be interviewing people today.
Hi, I'm here with
Sid.
What do you think about the 2008 stock market crash?
I think it was quite actually. I lost my house. A lot of my parents lost my house. They had to deported in a ship back to Africa, right where they came from. Yeah. So it's a little sad, yeah.
That's really sad. How do you think we can solve it?
What do you mean solve it? It's already solved, bro. That's back in the past. You gotta move on. You gotta look at what the crisis right now, right here.
Yeah. What do you want to tell the people?
I'm gonna be famous soon, so this is my first time out in the internet. Nico, Chunks, KSI, everyone, I'm out here for you. Peace.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Thank you.
Should marijuana be legalized?
Well, here we are in Camden Town. It's 2023, and I think as we see around the globe, marijuana is being legalized everywhere. There's less risks associated with it. The science backs it up, we need to test. We need to test its medical applications and its recreational uses. It's becoming normalized and credible, encouraging full legalization and decriminalization. If England were to legalize weed right now, we would become one of the leading countries, the leading economies in Europe. It's actually safer than alcohol. We would make over 60 million a year in profits, and that would not even be selling the smokable bud. Pop the volume, pop the volume, pop the volume.
Welcome back to Juxtaposed. Before the break, we left you with our awful anchor Ernie Grimes. And it's with a heavy heart I have to announce...
I'm here! Woo! On the down there! Let's do it, bro. I need you to move out my wake. Go, bro. It's my show now. It's my show.
How are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I mean, it's the first episode of the Ernie Grimes show. Are you ecstatic?
Very excited, yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah. My name is Ernie Grimes, and on this episode of the Ernie Grimes show, we've got some interviews, we've got some fashion, and of course, we've got me. So play the intro.
Whoa, wait. What's all of this?
It's the intro for the Ernie Grimes show.
Alright, I think you've actually got it wrong. There's no Ernie Grimes show. This is the Fever Dream segment of Juxtaposed.
I was told I was presenting a show, and I assume it's called the Ernie Grimes show.
No, you're supposed to be the guest.
The guest.
Yeah.
Play the intro! Woo!
Are you happy now?
Am I happy? No. I want to die.
Okay, well,
Welcome to Fever Dream. I'm your host, Ernie Grimes, and I got a show for you today. Starting off, you may look at me and think, God damn, why wouldn't give to have a fit like him? You can buy what I'm wearing at www.erniefit.co.jp.
okay, well, of course you don't have to look like Ernie here. The great thing about fashion is it's just all one big spectrum.
Spectrum? My doctor said I was on the spectrum.
I think he might have been talking about a different kind of
No,
spectrum.
what are you trying to say?
Anyway, I heard
What are you trying to say?
Let's just forget about that. I heard we've got a segment for us today. So, do you want to introduce your first image?
Wow. This is the fashion segment of the show. I mean, as you can see, it's a nice man with a nice little suit. Me personally, I wouldn't wear it. But you can buy what he's wearing at www.erniefit.co.jp. We have all sizes for everyone. Go buy it.
I mean, I think what I'm more focused on right now is what's going on in the background here, Ernie?
What's going on in the background?
Yeah,
You're right, what is going on in the background?
that is why I asked, yeah.
He's matching his shoes with the brick wall, bro. I mean, he's such a fashion icon. Me personally, I think I could do it, bro. I mean, I've fitted him.
Yeah, well, I just want to know if this can be shown on TV. You know, we're in front of an audience here.
You're right, we're in front of the audience.
I think we need to go on to the next image.
Let's go to the
next
next
image,
image.
please.
Whoa! I mean, just look at this. This is why I call high fashion, literally high fashion. I did this for Balenciaga back in like 2025. Yeah, I mean, you can see the proportions. The silhouette just works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's real slick.
So, I mean, is this like an everyday outfit? Is this something you would wear all the time?
Every single day. You can buy that at www.erniefit.co.jp.
I know.
Don't forget.
Is the man on your back included, or is that?
Oh, yeah. Pause. Yeah.
All right. I think we've actually got one more
One
image
more.
that you're gonna. Whoa.
Whoa.
I mean, what is it about this image that you thought it was all right to bring on the show?
I think the man is just, I mean, just look at his aesthetics. You can see his muscles, skin tight. I mean, you can see his muscles coming out of his trousers.
Ernie. Someone's dying right now on the screen.
You're right, someone is dying. Of how fire he looks. I mean, just look at him, he looks great.
No. I don't think you understand. This can't be shown on TV. Can we get this image off the screen, please? Look, Ernie, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to cut you off. That is all we have time for our Fever Dream segment. But don't go anywhere, because we're going to be going from one crazed mind to the next. Inti, would you like to tell us what you have in store for us today?
Thanks, studio. Hello at home. I'm Inti, and this is Inti's World of the Weird and Wonderful. And this week, we've been looking at body modifications. Now, this is nothing new. Humans have been doing weird things to their bodies for centuries. They even found mummified remains from over 5,000 years ago, with some 61 tats inked on them. They were made by slicing the skin open and rubbing charcoal dust into them.
Ugh.
This is New Zealander Lucky Diamond Rich, the world's most tattooed man. After 1,000 hours, he has inked 100% of his body. Can you imagine this guy turning up for an interview? What makes you think you're a good accountant, Mr. Lucky? Well, I got an abacus on my butt. No, of course not. This guy's not going to get a normal job. With skills like juggling, sword swallowing, and unicycling, unsurprisingly, he works as a good street performer. It makes you question how committed you are to your own career path, huh? This is James Goss. Talk about holy moly. Coming from the UK, this guy has the world record for the most flesh tunnels. Let's call them what they are. Holes. Basically, his Swiss cheese. 80s kids out there. Remember the game Kaplunk? Kaplunk, 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 kaplunk. Let's get the next image up, lasses and lads. Nah, this is tapped. Why is bro looking like one of those dirty aliens from Independence Day? That's mad. Well, on to the next brain cell decreasing image. Now hear me out. If we take a few little steps back, do you think if bro got into a fight, he would bun the fist and start biting and headbutting you? Nah, like, I'm being serious. One bite from this guy could probably result in me going to the ER and needing a rabies vaccine. Listen, these people probably have pure intentions, but regardless, people are going to view you in mad ways, especially the kids. Anyway, another week, another pointless look into the world of weirdos. Someday I'm going to get a real proper job. Back to you, studio.
So, Inti, do you think you'll be getting any of these body mods yourself?
This is ridiculous. Why are you making me do this? I want to be famous, not look like an idiot.
Well, I'm not sure if we'll be having him on again anytime soon. We're almost out of time for Juxtapose this week, but join us next time where we look at a new film.
Power to kill by fear itself.
I thought you said the man of you.
Volunteer guys.
And apparently we need more Ernie, so he's going to be back with another crazy interview. And if he can control himself, we might let Inti come back next week as well.
You're supposed to be my agent. What are you making me do here? I look like an idiot on TV. Please, don't make me come here if you...
Or maybe not. Anyway, that's all we have time for this week on Juxtaposed. A big thank you to our studio guest Mo, our studio audience, and to all of you guys at home. My name's Harvey, and until next week, goodbye.